Well, if my watch is correct, this year's almost over, and we're about to start the next one. I wanted to talk about my process of self-reflection, professionally, personally, because the music industry could beat you to a pulp, and it's easy to feel like you've failed, but that if you take a step back, you're probably doing pretty good. This industry just has a weird way of taking who you are and kind of twisting it in some weird way that there's so many metrics to hit. There's so many numbers to hit. There's so many things status-wise from an engineering perspective, a band's perspective, an artist, songwriter, whatever. So many things to measure your success against that oftentimes, because we're artists and we're dreamers and we shoot high, and it's easy to think that you failed when really you're on track for something really, really great. Myself, when I look at where I am now, I would almost look at this year and kind of be like, well, that wasn't my best year, but there's projects that I forgot I did. There's mixes that I'm really, really proud of. There's artists who have gone on to do incredible things. I've met some of the coolest people I've ever met this year through YouTube, through the studio, just as the industry is filled with those kind of soul-sucking individuals and businesses. It's also filled with beautiful people making beautiful art. And hopefully we are becoming those people that we want to hang out with. Speaking to myself here, I are becoming those individuals that make beautiful things and are beautiful people that connect with other people. After all, we're making music by humans for humans. And if we suck out a human aspect, we're left with like a shell of weird show-offy things. I don't know, maybe that's getting a little too far down that rabbit hole. I never measure a year by what plugins I bought. I never really measure a year by the gear that I've accumulated. I mostly measure a year by how I feel about what I did. And sure, there are definitely things like my bank statements. Did I monetarily do better than last year? Was I booked more than last year? Did I work with a higher caliber of artists than I did last year? Slow growth is still growth. Even moving in a wrong direction and making a mistake, good, you've made a mistake. Learn from it, change. And maybe if you're anything like me, back up, not just this year, but back up 5 years, 10 years, depending how old you are. And who were you then? What kind of person were you? How were your mixes back then? Do you cringe when you listen to them? If so, that's a good thing. If you are frustrated with the work you did in January, or you're frustrated with the work you did last week, that's a sign of growth. You're doing good. Keep going. Regardless where you feel like you ended this year, there's a new one coming. I don't need to share my goals here, and you don't need to share your goals with me. Because honestly, even though it was a little frustrating, even though I had times that tried my patience quite a bit, working with labels and managers that just frustrate you to no end and put you in weird positions, it's easy to focus on the negative. What am I saying? I don't know where. I'm just going to consider this one a video diary for myself, so I can look back at this and know what my mindset was at the end of 2021. But personally, I'm already looking ahead to 2022. There's already stuff on the calendar that's coming up that's frankly pretty exciting for the studio, for the channel. I have a ton of videos already shot, videos that are already planned, stuff that is coming up that I am super stoked about, and YouTube has been a blast. And thank you, everybody who hangs around. We're really building a cool community here. There are quite a few of you. I'm in kind of back and forth email, Instagram, Facebook messages. If I don't get back to everybody, I apologize, because a lot of you reach out, but I love when you guys reach out. I love it. I'm excited for 2022, and if I'm honest with myself, I'm pretty stoked on 2021. I did pretty good. Did I do as good as I wanted to? No. But I don't think I ever will. I don't think I'm ever going to look at any year and go, that was the year I just freaking killed it. I don't think that's going to happen. I just set a high bar. There needs to be kind of a healthy step back to look at it and appreciate the growth that you did have and the cool things that you got to do and the awesome people that you got to meet and the killer music that you had a hand in making and the great relationships that you'll continue to build. So thank you, 2021. You treated me really well. 2022, I'm coming for you. We all are. I'm Resident Loser Jeremy. I'll see you guys next year.